what were you guys' thoughts on the film? It's been a while since you've seen it. I don't think Atlas has seen it at all.
I got it confused with another movie. So tonight was the first time that I've actually seen this movie.
Yeah, I thought I saw it, but like, there's so many Jet Li movies, I might have confused.
Yeah.
But this one was mostly different from all these other ones. I thought it's more. I think the crime thriller part was pretty good. How they set like him up and everything.
Yeah.
And then how he had to go through everyone. It was pretty amazing. Like just. And then how his stakes were risen every second, like how he wanted to not be framed, and then he went to, now I had to help you to unframe me, which is perfect.
Yeah, it was definitely. The first time, watching it tonight, I thought it was really cool. I did get it confused with another movie, but
understandable.
I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. I thought Jet Li did a really good job putting this movie together. In the beginning of the film, I saw that it said "story by Jet Li," which was pretty sick, dude.
It caught your attention.
Yeah, that caught my attention because usually that doesn't really happen in action films. Usually they get somebody to play that role, but I thought it was a really cool story. It took me by surprise. Certain times of the film caught me by surprise. The fight scenes were really cool, and I do like the fact that he does have the he uses his surroundings to fight other people. Like he uses whatever's around him to defend himself, and he has this was it like acupuncture?
Yeah, that was pretty
pressure
part of the movie,
where he can actually disable you or fucking
paralyze, put you to sleep.
Yeah, disable your arm.
He's mastered the nervous system.
Yeah, which is insane because that shit doesn't exist. Like nobody uses that nowadays or anything.
Or tries.
Yeah, that shit's
forbidden, like hidden stuff that maybe just he wanted to put in a movie to make it different.
Ancient techniques, and he's like, bringing it back. But I thought it was a really cool movie. The only thing that I was like, was the romance scenes between him and Bridget Fonda. I'm like, I seen that they were trying to make it, but he was more so about the business more than anything.
Yeah, I mean. And
it was done on purpose too.
Yeah, because he supposedly doesn't really need rely on having a wife, or he doesn't really want that. This is not about that.
He's almost like a monk.
You can see why, because that business is dangerous. Yeah, he doesn't want loved ones to probably die. He already understands. Yeah. Like they said, he's class A. Mm-hmm. He's got his shit pat down. He knows exactly what he's doing, and he's gonna do it, dude. Class. Yeah, real agent. He calls himself a cop, but he's an agent, dude. He's nuts in this movie. I thought it was pretty good, in that aspect.
Yeah, definitely a good story too. That's what caught my attention. Like Jet Li made this story, and it's fucking good. It's a really good story. And especially because it's based in France. It's not even anything to do with America or anything. It's
and you just see French people that he's fighting, doing martial arts as well.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's to make it comical, I guess. I don't know.
It's just like comical, another point of view from another world, basically. So yeah, I thought it was good, man. Thought it was good.
He put his own little steed. You guys are gonna do martial arts,
the punks.
Yeah, the twins. This was pretty good.
What'd you think of the film, man? Why'd you choose this film out of all
the martial arts films?
Yeah.
Well, this is one that I grew up with. Obviously, it was the early 2000s, so I was a younger kid then, and this is one that I always came back to because it had that grittiness that I've always loved, and that crime kind of undertone that I really loved, and then mixing it with the martial arts and kind of compressing everything together really in this nice little package, and the fighting isn't so over the top the way Romeo Must Die or some of his other films.
The Mask
could be
Jet Li's or Black Mask.
Yeah, which is very Crunching Tiger, Hidden Dragon type shit, and as much as I love that, I want to see some real ass kicking too.
Yeah, he was doing some moves where like when he was angry, you knew he was like if he fought for someone too long, he'd finish them like crazy. Like maybe I shouldn't spoil it, but he like snapped someone's neck hard. One of the twins, I believe, where he's flying at him and he grabs him and he throws him down and his neck just leans to the left, I think, or right, and he's just gone. And he stares back at the other twin. It's fucking amazing. That was pretty amazing. Like that little scene itself.
Yeah.
Of action. Amazing action.
Yeah.
He basically suplexes him on his head and breaks his neck.
Into oblivion.
Tombstone.
Fucking exactly tombstone.
He did some like wrestling moves, like just maybe like you could say like Ip Man to get other element, and he's fighting bigger people. He, like you said, he uses the environment.
He adjusts to his enemies, basically.
Like he immediately socks the guy in the gut, and he's like, no effect. So I'm gonna have to probably pierce him or throw him against it. Like use his body, use his weight. I thought that was good because along all the fights he had to adjust, and he saw multiple guys. He knew he had to take them down fast, and I think like he enters a dojo, and they all have. Doesn't they all have sticks?
They all have weapons,
batons
or something.
Nunchucks,
on all black
Indian.
That was also a good scene. Like that's pretty good. Like one of the probably maybe first scenes like that. Like I don't know if it was like the first one.
Well, they do that in The Protector where he goes up the fucking staircase.
Yeah.
And he's just fighting fools left and right, which is basically the same concept. But as far as walking into a dojo on accident and having to fight,
and he was not ready, but he was, but like
not for that. He was like, oh fuck.
But you do see him like roll up the sleeves, and he's like. He has to get himself pumped up,
but he takes them all out, dude.
And I like that they're so honorable. Like dojo people, they let them get ready, and they all just get their stance on.
They knew they were going to fight.
That's good. That's good honor system. I guess they just do that in movies. I don't know.
Yeah, I liked. I don't know how what the time frame is from when Jet Li started and when Jackie Chan started, because obviously Jet Li started way after Jackie Chan, right?
Yeah.
But I can see.
I don't know about maybe in America.
Yeah. But I can totally see some of the fighting elements and the way he used his surrounding elements with certain tactics he would do. It was almost, you can see how he kind of, I don't know, mimicked or kind of pulled from what Jackie Chan was doing in a lot of his films. Because I can see, not exact same points or same things that he was doing, but I can picture Jackie Chan doing a lot of those things.
If you think about it, like it looks like a lot of Wing Chun for because when he was using the nightsticks, he was not only like using them for long range, but he would bash them like hammer fist, like with the nightstick. So he was just using everything at his disposal to like hit anyone he had to at that time.
Yeah,
he's not only a cop, he was like a proficient, like
martial artist.
Yeah,
so it would make sense.
It was just to show he was not messing around. He was there.
I think they say in the beginning of the film that he had degrees in all these different styles of fighting.
So it makes sense. You would see the different or the same techniques or fighting
coming
elements
throughout. And I think they do a really killer job of showing his abilities throughout, where it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and bigger until you get to that conclusion where he's like, I have to take all of them out.
Yep.
And and I'm gonna do it. And to hit on what you said that you weren't big on, I don't think they were trying to do like a really push a romance, more like he. Because obviously, throughout this film, there's a lot of degrading towards women.
Yeah.
But it's meant to play on the fact that how much he respects women, and making him look like that role model
exactly
for everyone, like how you should treat women. And so that's why they never really develop any kind of romanticism between them, because he's not like, no, I respect you, I'm just here to help you out. You don't have to do anything for me.
You don't. Exactly. You don't have to give that shit up to me. It's cool.
And
We cool.
And when she tried to help him, like she tried to like flip it back on him, like, and he's like, I didn't ask for anything. You rolled into like my world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And his shit was getting deep, and I'm like, and is that what he had to do? And she was actually part of everything. She was like from the get go, and he noticed that instantly. So that's cool. His perception is really great in this movie.
Yeah, exactly. How he picks up on everything.
Yeah, he instantly got it.
It's cool. The way that he's able to act without delivering dialogue a lot of the times, where like the emotions come across without it, is really cool. Obviously, Paris is beautiful, so a lot of the set pieces are already awesome. The score, like you were talking about, is really good.
I fucking love that score.
Yeah, a lot of deep tones and
a lot of electronica music, a lot of
hip hop,
trip hop music.
Give it a
mystical, a lot of mystical. There was like 2 or 3 tracks from mystical on there, which was kind of a reflection of the time. He was probably huge and popping.
Early 2000s.
I do notice that in a lot of Jet Li movies, there's a lot of hip hop
or Def Jam.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe hip hop heads really love putting their shit in Jet.
Maybe they like Jet Li.
Yeah, just like the Wu-Tang stuff.
Yeah,
a lot of them are into like
the inspiration,
the Hong Kong films.
Oh yeah,
shit like that.
Definitely. But I did notice there was a part where he did fight a guy, and it looked like a Def Jam Fight for Vendetta or Fight for NY, where he came out and it was
in the shrimp shop.
Yeah, and he takes his shirt off and he's all fucking gonna beat his ass and punches the wood and gets the splinters stuck in his knuckle, and then it's all hip hop and shit. But
he's like a boxer, right? He has a boxer stance.
Yeah, and in the past, I would say I don't really like movies that take hip hop and throw it in there because it's a timepiece, but it made sense in this movie because it was hip hop for that time during that time of the movie where it was being filmed, so it made sense and it showed it pertained to the scene. So I thought it was actually used really well in the movie,
and it kind of flows.
It works.
Yeah.
It works very well. There was no DMX in
there. The composer was Craig Armstrong.
Oh, okay.
I actually looked him up because I know you said you liked the score. So he did scores for Love Actually, Moulin Rouge, Romeo and Juliet, The Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton, The Great Gatsby.
Oh, so he's
Snowden, The Bone Collector.
Oh, he's been
In Time. He's done a tons of
stuff. The I used to have the Bone Collector score on CD, and that shit is really cool. I like it. Yeah. That's sick.
I remember Vic always rocked like soundtracks. He just had soundtracks.
Yeah, and the soundtrack. Side note: the soundtrack for Stir of Echoes is really, really good too.
Stir of Echoes.
That movie's fucking tight, dude.
That should be another fucking movie, dude. Stir of Echoes.
Or we'll just do that one.
Imagine.
You guys can you can make that choice. Whatever you guys say, I'll be cool.
At the
end of the show.
No, I think the original would be cool, man. Right. Nothing beats that original decision.
Stone tablet.
Set in stone. It's on the 10.
I have a question for you guys. What did you guys think of Richard, the villain?
Dude, you want to go first?
Richard is fucking intense, dude.
The dick.
His minions, I think his minions also made the movie. I mean, they just were doing crazy shit for him. They were down for his shit. Like, the guy that, I guess, he was doing cocaine and just shot that homegirl up. What's her name? Jessica.
Yeah.
That was nuts because, like, what was the thing between Jessica and Richard? Did he get her pregnant or something? Or
No, she tells Jet Li's character early in the film that she had her kid already.
Yeah.
and because she was a single mother, this guy came along and he kind of weaseled his way into having her become a prostitute for him. So he was technically her pimp.
And that's just nuts to me because like he's like a cop. How did he get
He's
away?
a head inspector.
Inspector. Like how?
Well, he had so he was doing
evidence.
He had the drug ring going, and then the all the side hustles.
The prostitute rings.
If you noticed in the beginning when he gets first introduced to the agents from China or whatever, he says sometimes your best is the worst.
Yeah.
You remember what